I'm very interested, and I think a lot of people have asked the question, with all the cybersecurity we have, with all the stuff that we know at the NSA, how did this guy steal what he stole?
That's a great question. I think Snowden clearly duped the National Security Agency. He clearly did us in, but he did so by abusing trust that we intentionally extended to him. He was a system administrator inside our system, given extra privileges. His job was essentially to move large quantities of information from one place to another. That job was on what we call the administrative side of the system, not the production side of the system. Most companies have such a thing. On the administrative side, you essentially have your all the information that you want to publicly expose, at least to the employees inside your company, so that they might know something about what capabilities they can make use of, what resources they might have access to. And his job was to make those broadly available to everyone that worked at NSA. There's a production side where all the material that we would collect, the intelligence collections, would be stored and very tightly controlled. He did not have access to that. But he ruthlessly purloined information from the administrative side, secreted that outside of NSA, and ultimately dumped that, as you have all seen, right, in the public domain. Having extended trust to him, sometimes that trust is abused, and in this case it was. We've done quite a bit, as other companies have done, to essentially kind of secure the barn door. But what that means is that we'll necessarily decrease the performance, the innovation and creativity that we allow people inside the system to have. And as to the prospect of him hiring a lawyer, I think that's very appropriate. He deserves his day in court.
He deserves his day in jail, is what he deserves.
His day in jail, yes.
By the way, do not underestimate how much damage this guy has done to our ability to develop the kind of intelligence capabilities that we've worked on since 9/11. I mean, 9/11 was an attack on this country. The argument at the time by a national commission was that we were not developing the intelligence we needed, we weren't sharing the intelligence that we needed, and we took steps to try to counter that. And NSA was an important part of that effort, along with CIA and the other intelligence agencies. And it's a result of all of those efforts that have been very effective at protecting this country and making sure that we don't have another 9/11 attack. Now, this guy releases some of the information related to some pretty sensitive operations by the NSA. You can damn well bet that our enemies are taking a hard look at that and developing other ways to do the same thing. And our job is going to be now to be able to get the intelligence we need on what other ways they're developing and try to counter it. It makes the United States of America vulnerable to the potential of another attack. Yep. That's very dangerous.